everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some more Jeskai Control. We have made a couple of changes to the list after kind of looking around and seeing what some other people were doing, whether it was in a challenge, being drastically trounced by my boy Young Dingo, going 3-3 in the latest challenge. I will be meeting up with him, and he gives me a hug every time I see him, so I feel like I can make fun of him. But we are going to be playing 4 Jeskai Revelations in this list. We kind of cut the dragon for now. I do want to try this and see how well it performs. If we end up having to throw it back in the side, play those dragons, and play more dragon control, I will definitely do that, because one of the cards that we're playing as well is the flanker. We are back in on this, so I am pretty happy to maybe put Shiko back in the list, although a little too high mana in the deck will make it a lot more clunky, and we have to be a little bit nervous of that. We have Consult and stock up all the way to 4-0 on the each. I think I was only on 3 of these, which is just, in my opinion, not ideal. I love having 4 of these in my deck because they're just so good at getting you out of tight spots. As you'll see in one of the games, I was begging for one of these because we had 5 or 6 mana and not a single red source in our hand, be able to play the Helix that I've had since the beginning of the game, or like the Revelation that was in my hand. But, you know, you have to stay tuned to kind of see how that game turns out, because it goes very, very well, I will say. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive right into the game. Draw, a look, a Helix. I think we can keep with the flanker in case it's like graveyard hate. So keep this. We get a draw, we get another look. It could be being the starting town. Washi's got to go. Get a consult that we can probably use. We don't rip a land here. Be 4 color. Not. We'll shock this in just because, again, we might have to use this consult. Also threatening no more lies here. I feel like it's reanimator though. It is. Okay, so this flanker is important. You know it. Wrong mana, sir. Sure. Going to here. Wrong mana, sir. But it's okay. Honestly, they probably just did that to put it in the graveyard, to be so for real. They're probably going to try to go pause. Okay. Fair enough, bro. I wasn't expecting Glarb, to be honest with you. Did I stock up here? Puts me down on that, but I think it's fine. Oh, look at you. Glarb's so cool to play in that deck, though. Just not ever going to play around it, though, right? Like, I'm never going to expect them to play Glarb. Kind of funny that they do. See what they do with their turn, though. Thankfully, I do have just like a small amount of pressure that, like, lightning helixing and stuff gets pretty tough. Sure. Yeah. Thank you. This. Again, this is where, like, the pressure matters. Their mana will no more lives matter. Probably not. It's a little bit bigger, so, I mean, it's obviously putting in pressure, and things like Lightning Helix are so scary for them. Also, they don't really have, like Ultima almost feels good enough against them, because all these just enter and do nothing. But then I don't have this, so it does matter, I guess. I don't have any. I have a Washi in mine, I guess. Sure. I haven't hit a land drop yet, so this could hit something. It does, and it hits a couple other creatures, so interesting land to grab there. I think Yeah, there's a watery grave. Here. They obviously don't have the mana to do anything. I just want to slow them down a little. Obviously, they can use these maps, but those don't matter to me. A creature in the air is just good enough, I think. Maybe. Obviously. You got it for me, boss? Okay. This is kind of risky to go for this stock up, but I feel like I have to. We'll grab lands to get to our revelation so we can just win with that. I mean, we had good odds to hit lands. I mean, we're a land-filled deck, and we know kind of what's on the bottom. 3 non-lands and 1 land, so, like... Well, I guess that's the pile we just looked at. I guess we know what some of them were, I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. We consulted, right? Consult star charts? Sure. I think I do just flash this in and exile the graveyard. Could Tidebinder me, I guess. I don't know. Just exile their graveyard, crack them for 3. And we have the revelation, maybe. Put their spell back in their hand for later. Get rid of all that. And we're on end step, so they can't use these maps, but they can get rid of my flanker though. Of course. Sure. Oh. Now we have this. The old revelation. We just let him attack. This damage is not enough to make me concerned about anything. That can resolve. They do it. They get rid of a land. 4. Or this is the bounce. So bounce 4. Ethel. Just like that, we clear. Got him. Bada bing, bada boom, brother. Very nice. What a win to get. Them not going for the reanimate is a little bit questionable because sometimes you just got to force it through, but we'll take that win regardless. Not online. Okay. Is playable. Sure. With the challenges and stuff resolving, I feel like mono green's got to be just way more represented, but it looks like Dragon's here. Weirdly enough. Which is like fine. Play a 3-drop, I guess. Sure. Okay. Solve all here. What they could get. Obviously, I have this ready. They could flash in creatures that put cards back in my hand. Respawn now so they can tap this and maybe pick it back up, but it doesn't really serve that big of a purpose. Sure, I'm not that upset about it. We'll take a Surveil here. Earth? So this center is tapped, right? So we got to pass. I think I'm waiting all those turns. But now if they do this, I can washi for it. Draw an extra card, so maybe I do leave that online. They play this as kind of a mistake. Not like really, but it does allow us to do stuff. It allows us to draw a card and make this washi bigger. If they are going to play it and they don't care, they should just go to combat. Hit me for 2 first. If they don't, it allows me to block with washi, but I probably won't. Okay. I think this is a required search. Yeah, they have to search. Well, Spell Snare is really cool for that voice. Yeah, I'm not doing that. This here is just really annoying for them. Okay. Can't do anything, can't do anything. Have this ready to play. The only thing that really gets us here is the dragon that blows up our land and it stuns it, I guess. Overload here is actually good for us. Wow. What? Is that what the Springleaf Drum's for? There's no way, right? This can only get a plains? I guess. To play here. Bennett. We also don't block probably again. I guess I'll block like a 1/1. We probably don't block again because I want this to come in. Right? Draw me another card because I'm so restricted on my mana right now. Also, Ultima's really good in this match. Eco was a hard decision, but now we're in the tank. Just a weird card to be playing. What's a copy in their deck? Like, what's it entering and playing, right? Non-land card with mana. Oh, I guess you can grab a creature. That's actually kind of cool. You can kind of reload here. Middle? Sure. They have to have more blue mana. They just don't have it. So I don't have red. They don't have blue. What a gaming experience this is. Unless it's all on these Springleaf Drums, which would be kind of crazy to me. In case I have another one of these they want to search with, kind of where I'm at. Oh my, bro. I mean, I have 3 of my board wipes. My mana is just so bad. I think I was supposed to maybe keep this, but I'm not sure. I probably would have had to cast it though in response to the voice, so I wouldn't have been able to kick it anyway. But maybe I would have found a land at some point so I can kind of get into this game. Right now we're just being stalled out and it's just not working very well. Our opponent doesn't have blue. Not castable, not castable, not castable. And they can kind of overload a little bit. And then I have an Ultima for backup. I don't quite know. Oh, there's a red, finally. Ant Riddler can search for another land here, I suppose. I don't have a washi, so not a whole lot I can do. This is Helixable, but I don't have a red mana, so who knows? Actually a little tough. I still don't have a red mana. Man, this is tough. Just be this. This is an experience. My Helix is not online. I think I kept a 2-lander, which is fine most of the time, but we're definitely struggling here. How do they beat 3rd board wipe? Thoughts? Quantum Riddler, probably. Was kind of one of the reasons I thought about Day of Judgment, because I thought they were going to do this and then Ultima would have cleared this up and they wouldn't have it anymore, so maybe I should have just done that. I have one of those. I just want to hit lands, bro. Or just like a stock up here would be so gas. What about not another red mana? Thoughts? I'm just taking a big old 4 to the dome. This is ridiculous, by the way. I'm just blue-white, can't play my spells. I can't wait for it to be a red surveil land, and then I'm just, like, dead. Sure. Don't worry. If only I had anything. I don't even know if they have another voice, I guess, maybe. They shock. Guessing the Riddler? Sure. And the worst part is their mana doesn't even work. They just have a Springleaf Drum that's like bailing them out here, which is like honestly the most frustrating part. They don't have the mana really either. Like this is actually uncastable without the Springleaf Drum. That's why I should have played the board wipes the other way. I just thought potentially being able to Day of Judgment while holding up a Spell Snare would be good. Oh wow, a red mana. Hey team, we're in. It. Path to Glory. We're so back. We're so ready to go. I've been fully unlocked. This card is actually the ultimate, like, catch us back up card. Not ready for that card. I guess that's another way to make blue. So they do have more ways to make blue than this. So I do feel a little better about what was happening. I want them to... Oh, they don't have anything. That's not... I would say that wasn't whatever, right? Want to Spell Snare this? Fair enough. Oh, mama! Oh, we're so back! We are so in. Yeah, dude, that resolves. What's this Riddler on the stack, bro? So we can put this back in their hand and then shoot them for 4. Oh, we are so in. Oh, no, not the Lance. Oh, no, not the Lance. I lied. Let's go. Yo, we are so back, dude. What in the world just happened in that game? All right, well, starting off with all of our mana we need and a Surveil land right after rip with the Helix loaded up with this land able to come in, play this tapped. I mean, this hand's gas, I think. The only way we're like, I'll pass on that one, unfortunately. I love Lightning Helix, but... Well, if I know anything, boy's cooked. Although Badger Mold Cub could be a problem, obviously. Oh! Dude, our opponent knows ball. Wait a minute. How do we beat this? Not gonna tutor, I don't think. We just need to find answers. Well, none of those are answers. Okay. Mountain or forest? We have a mountain with the parlor, so this is a good pickup. And I guess because that's what 6. Yeah, I guess we just do that. And we have to just pray we get to that late game. With this, it's definitely possible that we don't. I still think looking was the correct play. I can now play this, put this on 2, but yeah, we're going to have to basically find a board wipe. Because now if they go land Badger Mole Cub, there's like 2 of them. Basically, I have to survive a turn. I'd survive this turn and next turn, which being at 21, obviously, there's a good chance of that. I think this is protection. I guess the only thing it can be. So I could go for this and scry, or I can go for this, which would actually be good here, because it'll actually be a good blocker. And it'll still draw me a card. Oh, we're cooking now, dude. Ooh. This is important. Less important now that we're on 3. So I'm going to pick off these guys. What do we... How do we win this game? I mean, obviously it's like get to this, but... You can attack for free. Then I can also flash this in and scry, which seems like the better play. Sure. That is a creature that is randomly... I would say that's legendary, right? But it makes it non-legendary, yeah. What does this say? Can be granted with creature's power 2 or greater. Sure. A bigger creature now. Which is quite funny. How do I beat Tyvar? How do I beat this card? Well, okay. Double board wipe might do it. Get indestructible though. Tap another untapped creature you control. It gets indestructible to end the turn. Tap it. I mean, it does clear most of their board, right? Sure. Do it this way. Huh. I really have to get to these revelations because you don't have hexproof, of course. Okay. Sure. Plan on playing this anyway, so it's kind of like whatever. I just day, I mean, it makes me so much safer, right? Or I just play around this. It's just so weird. I take 6. Yeah, I guess so. And then I can go right into the revelations. I don't know. Maybe not killing this was a mistake, but I felt like I kind of forgot that this card existed, to be honest. I was not playing around this at all. Because I was like so ready for the legendary rule, but it's fine. Okay. Here. Bounce the hand. 4 damage here. Again, this is bouncing. This doesn't protect us here. You're reading the card now. Yeah, they just realized. Okay. Wait. So we kind of have plays here. I mean, our cards are all good. We can bounce this again. We can bounce this and remove their other creature, and that does reset it. And we can kind of just play like the jiggle game here, and just rely on our 3 Jeskai Revelations we have left. Kind of one of the great parts of playing the 4 is I can really be aggressive with the 1s. I have 4 mana. No Badger Mole Cub yet, though. I might have just spawned one in, which kind of dumb of me to do, but... Heard one of those. Is okay. We have pretty good cards for this overall. What is that copying? Obviously, just jump here. These lands are actually really important that we're hitting here. A little part of me thinks it's washy, but it's also probably supposed to be like consult this Helix and stuff. I'm not actually sure, because then this gets Prowess and it makes it a bit weirder. I don't know. I actually don't know what to do here. However, passing their turn does open me up to Spell Pierce, but they keep tapping out, so I feel like they don't have it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if they had it, they'd be a lot more aggressive about it. And this is 5 mana to do. So they can play land, but this has to tap a creature to do it. So it's not even that impressive an attack. And if they do it, they're obviously kind of struggling a bit here. Sure. Sure. I should have triggered Prowess maybe here. This could be a tide binder, I guess. Oh, all right. Sure, great, yeah. To force him to use that, I guess. Sure. The thing is, if they don't have an untapped creature, they can't do anything. So, in terms of protecting it. And if we can get this Typhar off the board somehow, this thing is indestructible, apparently. Ready. Alright, well, we win. Just like that, we win this video game. Tap another untapped creature control to give it indestructible. So, I will gladly just... Yep. Go ahead. Your turn. Alright, alright. Yeah, tapped a little too much, slash, like, left it a little too vulnerable for a play like that. I think leaving one creature behind, like one of these behind, would have been a better plan. I guess they have vigilance, right? So he did leave them. I just technically answered them. Yeah. Well, no, this attack and tapped. They tapped one with that. They tapped one to give it indestructible, and then we answered. Yeah, yeah, yes. So they tapped the other one. Yeah. Okay. So they tapped one for indestructible, then they tapped one for the mana. So yeah, it worked out weird. Okay, cool. But either way, we take that win. Very awesome. Okay, so here we are with the list. I feel pretty confident in it, actually, and I really do like the fourth one of these. I think it's one of the better additions that we've had. I think the dragon is still cool that we played in the last one, but I do just kind of like playing the big splashy spell. Like, this card is so cool. It wins so many games. And just like the weird games, for example, in the Reanimator deck, if they would have interacted with me and taken this, having that mindset of, man, there's only 2 more of these left, I have to be able to win with them, gets me in that kind of, like, Covergo Blue plays that a lot like that in his blue-white list, where he plays like 3 win conditions and is really just playing those, and is like, I will go to the very last card between us and try to win that way, which is perfectly a valid way to play. I don't personally like to play that way. Just, I like to have a little bit more win conditions. Call me soft, call me whatever you need to, but I also think this is one of the cooler win conditions you could be playing, so I have a lot of fun casting this card, and I would prefer, even if it technically may make my deck worse, I just like playing 4 of these. I think it's so fun. You definitely don't have to. You can definitely stick to 3 and just fill in another card somewhere. The other thing is, in the Just Guy control list, we were down a stock up, I believe. I'm back up to 4. Just too many to play. But this list was a little bit derived from a list I saw doing well, but it's about the changes I planned on making anyway. The 3 steps ahead is good, but the amount of caverns I was running into was just like making it a bit dead, and playing the Rest in Peace obviously lowers our kind of aggressiveness that we can turn on whenever we get rid of their graveyards, plus they can blow those up anyway, where a flanker is allowed to come in, exile their graveyard, and then start beating them to death, which is nice. So that's pretty cool. That said, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.